Hey, everybody, in this episode of Box Office Breakdown, Hobbs and Shaw took to the top of the box office. Was it truly Fast and Furious, or was it just kind of like irritated and cranky? We'll find out.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies.
Hey, everybody, look at that. You know what? Stop looking at your phones, folks, and focus on the show at hand.
What do you
learned
mean?
my own lesson.
I don't understand what you mean.
Welcome to Box Office Breakdown. This, of course, is the show where we look back at the box office that was, and then we...
Stick. Yay!
Oh, look at the face that Amy made when she realized she had a helping hand.
Yeah, I was like...
but it's
fine.
Those four syllables are all on me?
Yeah.
I can't.
Free to the rescue.
So, folks, I'm Frank Moran.
I'm Amy Cassandra Martinez.
And making us look good and sound even better is Bree in the booth.
Hey, everybody.
So, as always, folks, like us on Facebook, give us those 5 stars on iTunes, subscribe to the YouTube channel. While you're there, give it a thumbs up, or 2, or 3, or 4, or 5, however many you can. And, of course, we're going to have the chat up and running. But, Amy, if they're watching after we stream live, what can they do?
You can comment down below.
Hot dog. So... folks, we're going to be doing our breakdown of the usual weekend's box office there, and we'll also do some spoiler-filled takes of Lion King, The Farewell, I don't know why, Hobbs and Shaw at the end of the show. So if you want to skip out of any spoiler-filled takes, we'll give you the opportunity to do so.
Yes, and I'm in the chat, so feel free to join us there right now.
Right now?
Right here.
Right here.
Right here, right now.
It's happening right now.
It's doing it. It's the chat is doing its thing, their thing.
All right.
It's happening.
Well, then I guess it is time for us to do our thing.
Let's do it.
Well, let's jump right into it
Okay.
with a look at this past weekend's box office here.
Awesome.
Coming in at number 1, Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw with a pretty much right on target expectation from Universal of a $60.8 million opening.
Cool.
So excited for this franchise were you?
I lost so bad.
That Amy, you decided not to go see this movie.
Okay, you make it sound like I purposely didn't go on purposely.
Pretty much was what
That
your
was not
choice
the case.
That was you chose not to go.
No, I really wanted to. I saw 3 other movies in one weekend. That's the limit with Stubbs. AMC Stubbs A-list, not sponsored. So, yeah, didn't get to it. And honestly, I really thought it was going to come out like next weekend. We're in August, yeah? This month
No, we're still in July.
We're still in July? Okay.
No,
We're August.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
It is August 4th.
Thank you. This month just snuck up on me.
As August is wont to do.
No, but like seriously, it was January, February, and then now we're in August.
That's true. That's what they do. Of all the months, August is known as the sneak up on you month.
Did you just make that up?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Really? Let
Yeah.
us know in the comments down below if you agree.
Does August sneak up on you?
So yeah, I definitely did not go see it, but I do want to. It's just I feel like the end of July and this month, August, is pretty packed. At least, this coming weekend too, with a lot of movies. Did you go see it?
Of course I went.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was okay. Yes. I'm bummed because if you compare this to a comic book franchise, which I think it's pretty an accurate comparison. It started off as guys breaking out, busting into trucks to hijack DVD players and electronics, and now it has gone to dealing with international cartels and conspiracies and all this stuff. Now that you've got to Hobbs and Shaw, they finally kind of stripped away any kind of like, oh yeah, this is kind of really grounded to like, let's just get bonkers with the action and the overtopness.
Yeah.
Yes. So I was all in.
That.
I was all in for this. And first trailer, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hook, line, and sinker, I'm in.
Yeah.
Second trailer, yes, I am still in. Third trailer came out, and that was the first trailer that was cut together and made me think, ugh, I don't know. It was just the way it was paced, this like the trailer and some of the lines and the way they cut it. I was like, oh, that's a bad choice. So it kind of got me a little like, I don't know. And then I saw the movie, and it was just okay.
No.
It was fine. It was fine.
B?
Yeah, B minus.
Out of 5 stars, what does it get?
For me, it's just, I'm going to give it a 2.5.
That's 50%.
That
I know
is,
math.
Thank you. There is something about Hobbs and Shaw. I mean, and certainly Jason Statham, newer to the franchise, had bits in 7 and 8. But if you look at The Rock, he plays more of a supporting character in all those films. Got a little bit more of the limelight in Fate of the Furious. And it kind of worried me there because I, as much as I was excited for him to have more of a role, it still didn't deliver for me in 8. So, but in this film, I felt like a character that maybe works best in small doses, when you put him in the limelight, is it a great film?
Interesting.
It kind of bummed me out. There's like a character in the comic books, Namor, Submariner.
Yes. I'm
Love
familiar.
him. Yes.
Yes.
Love him.
Yeah.
Love him. But he works great when he's in other people's books. When you give him his own book, it runs out of steam pretty quickly.
They need to have a little bit more meat to the character. Is that what you're saying? More
Yeah,
depth.
or just, man, there was just something, like in short bursts, The Rock is great to watch in these fast films. But now when it was like he's the main focus of this film, I was like, oh, I don't know.
Just like one note the whole time. Is that what it is?
I don't know. I think Dwayne Johnson, very charismatic.
Oh, I love him so much,
Yes.
and I will support him.
You watch him on social media, fantastic. There was something about watching this film. There were several times where I thought to myself, is he really a good actor or not? And I don't know.
Hot take.
Hot take. But it is something that the enthusiasm I have for Dwayne Johnson that I see on social media, or the anticipation that I have for his films, the films never deliver on those expectations. I always felt myself underwhelmed, whether it's Rampage, Skyscraper. Oh, Skyscraper's a garbage movie.
So I've heard.
Oh, it's rough.
I was
it's
like,
a rough watch. Yes.
I will watch it eventually.
Do not rush to do that.
But, well, I mean, it's been a while now.
So
I'm wondering,
don't even rush.
what's your favorite Rock performance? The Rock performance.
You know, I would still think mine would be Fast 5.
Okay.
Great introduction, and he was just great in that sequence. The sequence where he's chasing Dominic Toretto through that South American, all the buildings and stuff. Mm-hmm. Man, that is a great sequence. I don't think that he's had that and The Rock fighting Jason Statham in Fast 7. 2 great moments for The Rock, and I don't think he's had anything else that's been as great.
Well, people in our chat, like Joe McKim, did say, I like the interaction with Dwayne and Jason. Did you like that?
You know, it got a little tiresome at times. Because I thought it was interesting because you've watched Fate of the Furious, correct?
Yeah.
There was that sequence where towards the tail end where Jason Statham is working on a car underneath and The Rock comes in and they've been kind of giving each other a hard time, of course, through the course of the movie, whether it's from prison to the various New York missions that they're doing to now. And they have this moment where they kind of, he realizes like he always served, he was in the MI6 and stuff, and they have that moment where they kind of like, yeah, okay, sure. They kind of connected.
Yeah.
So it felt like they were in kind of a okay spot to that. The beginning of this movie, it is like set back to zero where it's like, I hate you and I hate you.
Sometimes you just don't need to form a conflict between characters when it's not necessarily needed if there's outside conflict. Maybe that was, I mean, I don't know the entire plot of Hobbs and Shaw, but yeah, I mean, based off of the trailers, it was a lot of like bickering where it was like, oh, okay, so you think that's going to be funny to see, but then it's like, okay, but like what else?
Yeah.
So you are ready for another one, is what it's sounding like.
It's definitely been set up for one as well. So I get ready. And maybe, they just needed to get the first one kind of going on its own. I mean, look at Fast and Furious. There were some ones that are kind of and then when you get to 5, it really starts revving up. So I'll give Hobbs and Shaw benefit of doubt, and I'll go to see a second one. There is if you've seen the trailers.
Yeah. Well, I've only seen, I think it's just the first one. I don't think I've even seen the second one.
No.
I definitely have not seen the third one because I was just like, yes, the whole time.
Well, I'll save my spoiler-filled hot take until we get to the end of the show. There's one more little gripe that it came to me as I was driving. I was just being a cranky Frankie, as Brie likes to say.
I like that. I really do. That's your new nickname.
There you
Cranky
go.
Frankie.
So, I mean, if you like the Fast and Furious franchise, I think it's probably boy, that's sad to say. I would put this above Fast and Furious, Too Fast, Too Furious. I put it above that. But that's about it.
Ooh.
Which is kind of a bummer to me. I was really hoping to like it a lot more.
So you're telling people to not go and watch it?
If you love the Fast and Furious franchise, go check it out. Be that completionist. Why not?
Yeah.
It's not going to be an awful time.
Yeah.
But and there are 3 little bumpers in the credits. that are awful. And they get progressively
I thought you were going to say
worse.
they were good. Oh, okay.
The last one in that,
man.
like, you will stay to the end credits, and then just so you can regret the time that you wasted sitting in the theater waiting for that really terrible last little stinger at the end.
I mean, were the action sequences fun?
There were some fun ones, but nothing that made me go like, whoa.
Especially because, I don't know, they've had that going this whole time. Hello. Like, that's, when you go into a movie like this, you know what to expect. So the standard's already like, yeah, we're going to get the awesomeness. So they really have to bring it. So
Yes.
that with story and everything, there was a lot of pressure.
There was a lot of pressure, and, I mean, it did $60 million. That's what Universal was predicting. So, it's fine. I mean, I think it did as good as Fast and Furious, which was 2009. Kind of came in around there, which is what Universal was kind of expecting, especially since it was a spin-off from the main franchise. So, I think it's going to do well enough to get a sequel, for sure.
Wow. I wonder how many there are going to be,
I bet you could do 3 Hobbs and Shaw's films, and I think that would be it.
Okay, so clip this part of the show and then save it forever until it
Save it
happens and then
forever.
be like, yeah.
Put it in the movie vault.
Loop.
That's right.
That's the sound effect for that.
Now, of course, folks, that was the film that was the subject of our box office bet.
Yeah,
Amy
and I
Cassandra
won.
Martinez decided to not participate in the bet.
Yeah,
That's fine.
so I won.
So we'll go who came into last place. And as we at the beginning of our discussion about this film, we heard Bree chime in that she really went over on this one. Bree is our loser this week with $112 million, almost double what it made. Nicely done.
To be fair, I did disclaim that I don't watch Fast and the Furious, and you guys were hyping it up like it was going to be
true.
so good.
I mean, we had hope.
I had absolute hopes, and
I still do. I will let you guys know what I think.
all right,
Yeah.
sure,
Okay.
Coming in number 2 was Kari at 105, and then winning, still overestimating it though, was me at $85 million. Yeah, so we all overestimated the popularity that Hobbs and Shaw would have.
All right. Well,
But rest assured, folks, we will have another box office bet. We'll tell you about that in just a little bit. But we'll resume back into the. Thank you.
Lots of sound effects
Resume
today.
sound effect. I like it. Back in our top 5, which was number 2 at the box office, was The Lion King from Disney, $38.2 million.
Yeah.
Amy,
Yes?
you've seen this film.
I
You decided
have.
to see that as opposed to Hobbs and Shaw.
Because you know what? I lost the bet, and I take this job very seriously.
Understood.
So it was my duty to do it.
Okay.
I saw it.
All right. Well, look at you go. And
Dang it.
not.
Dang it.
There you go. That sand trombone is getting a lot of use this week.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I purposely tried to avoid as many trailers as possible, except for the first one. I didn't want to hear Beyonce speak as Nala. I didn't want to hear her sing as Nala. It was this whole thing, and it honestly didn't even make a difference. The only highlight for me was Billy Eichner as Timon.
Well, Bree certainly felt the same way.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
we were like
completely the same way.
2 peas in a
Loved it.
pod. I can hear the excitement.
Okay, I know I said it before, but it's like the reason I didn't like Billy Eichner is because he wasn't Timon, he was Billy Eichner.
So they really
Like
did
if
a
you
good
watch
job
Billy on the
casting.
street, he was Billy on the street as Timon.
He was also kind of like his character on Parks and Rec.
And Billy Eichner plays Billy Eichner.
Yeah, which I think that's great casting. You know, when you think of Timon and heck, even Pumbaa, was like when I found out that they were playing, Billy Eichner was going to be Timon, Seth Rogen was going to be Pumbaa, I was like, that's great. Yeah, like you don't need to, especially with your voice acting, like you don't need to go that far outside of your comfort zone if you don't want to. Like if you're getting the best person for the job, then it should kind of be like, yeah, that makes sense.
I disagree. You should be the character, not yourself.
But if the character is you,
It's not,
then, like,
though.
why
Nathan Lane
would
did
you-
not play it that way.
But you can't compare it because it's a new thing. Like it's not.
Yeah,
like,
but he didn't make a character out of it. He just played himself.
So, is that what you want from Timon?
No, that's not what
So
I
you
want.
didn't like the original either.
No, because that was different. Nathan Lane did not play it the way Billy Eichner played it.
But so we shouldn't compare it to each other because it's different. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying I get disappointed, especially in voice acting, if I hear the person and not the character. And I heard Billy Eichner.
I heard Timon.
Really?
Yeah, I heard Timon with little sparks of Billy Eichner. And if I'm having fun watching it and that's the only thing helping me along, then I'm going to be like, cool, that was great. I loved it, because everything else fell really flat for me. The kind of animation, all that, yeah, super revolutionary. But what the heck, okay, so I don't necessarily hang out with lions on the regular.
No?
No, not necessarily. But I would imagine if they have certain kinds of feelings like fear and pain, that their eyes move a certain way. And it was just the mouths moving. And I was like, what? Maybe a little like twitch with the ear. There was breathing, of course. But I was like, there's nothing. They were like dead in the eyes. There was a few times where you could feel a little something. But then I'm like, I'm just milking it, because he's had the same expression this whole time. All of these characters. So, was it pretty? Yeah. Did I want to go cuddle my cat at home? Heck yeah, because I could see the fur and all of that, and I'm like, that takes a lot of dedication, a lot of talent from everyone working really hard, but it just fell flat. Like, sometimes it just doesn't feel good. And I had seen the original Lion King maybe like a week, 2 before, and I was like, wow, yeah, this is like pretty depressing, because I remember as a kid avoiding watching The Lion King that many times because, of course, of Mufasa's death. But then after that, like, it's so fun, and it's like Hakuna Matata, yeah. There's lots of singing, but I feel like the way that it was hyped. I mean, I guess maybe it was overhyped, maybe, but it was certainly not. It didn't add much to it. It didn't. There was, Scar wasn't nearly as, like, villainous and, like, creepy and as he really was in the original. But then again, like, it's not the original, and that's the problem, or not problem, depending on how you look at it, with reboots, remakes, reimaginings, whatever the heck. We should separate them. With that being said, I didn't have that much fun. The only highlight was Billy Eichner as Timon. That was it. And I was laughing, and I was like, cool, I want to laugh. This is fun. Yeah.
So, sometime in the future, when you have a little Amy Cassandra Martinez.
Oh, because she's going to be a junior. Okay.
Of course, Amy Cassandra Martinez Jr. And,
original.
Yes, and it's time to show her The Lion King.
Original.
Original. Will you even tell her that this 2019 version exists?
When she's older, if she's ready.
When she's ready.
I'll give her that information.
What will you tell her first? That Santa Claus isn't real, or that there's a 2019 version of Lion King?
Oh, that's a hard one.
Spoilers, Frank.
Oh, no!
Come on! What? The spirit of Christmas, I don't want to crush her dreams, but I also don't want to crush her Lion King dreams. I think Aladdin, the live action, that added a lot more, and I was pleasantly surprised. And, yeah.
All right.
Whatever. But, I feel like most people that wanted to see it have already seen it. If you haven't seen it by now and you want to laugh a little, you can watch it.
So you would say for somebody to go and only watch the Billy Eichner parts and then just walk out and do something else and then come back in to see those things?
Well, I was actually like, I would like just a movie of just his lines.
Okay. So you're going to get Topher Grace to come do one of those cuts where it's just the Timon cut.
Did you just say Topher Grace?
Yes.
You lost me. Because what do you mean?
Topher?
Uh-huh.
He does those cuts of the cut downs of like Star Wars where he did all the films.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
We'll talk about this later.
Sounds great.
Whoa,
Amy.
Just like went right past me. I was like, what do you mean?
What are you talking about?
Topher Grace?
Yeah, he does these little super cuts.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Sure.
That was a fun story.
Yeah.
I did it.
That's great.
So coming in number 3, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood from Sony, another $20 million.
Yeah.
And you saw that as well.
That one too.
Did you enjoy it?
I did, actually. Tarantino films feel completely different. I love Pulp Fiction, but the first time I saw it, I was like, whoa, what is this? So I knew going into Once Upon a Time in Hollywood that this would feel different, and I knew how long it was going to be beforehand. Sometimes, like with Midsummer, I went in and I was like, oh my God, how long has this been? Where you don't really know the total runtime before going in. I think you should know. Yeah, it's like almost 3 hours or so. Have you seen it? You saw it.
I did see it last week, yeah.
Yeah. Takeaways, I miss Leo on the big screen. Love him so much. Margot Robbie's cool. I've never really been a big fan of Brad Pitt, honestly, but...
Really?
Yeah. But
what is it about him that kind of makes you kind of go, whatever?
Just him.
Really?
Yeah. But he actually did a pretty good job where I was like, I was in it. Usually it takes me out because I'm like, ugh, Brad Pitt, you know? Can't even say his name.
Like,
but it was good.
Benjamin Button.
Haven't seen it. I do want to see it though because it's Benjamin Button.
Yeah.
You know?
The Ocean's 11 movies. Or the Ocean's movie, I should say.
I saw the first one.
And that was it.
11?
Ocean's, yeah, there's Ocean's 12 and 13, but...
Okay, so just 11. That was the first one. Yeah, that's
okay.
the only one I saw. But yeah, no, it was fun. I could have used a little bit more violence because that's what, like, Tarantino's known for, especially, like, at the end. I don't like his fetish with feet. Still not a fan because I hate feet. I think they're creepy.
Really?
Yeah.
So that scene of that hippie girl putting her feet up.
That was one. There were so many, and I was like, stop it. I know what you're doing. We all do. But yeah, I mean, it didn't feel super cohesive, but it felt like little bits here and there. I like that certain things were shown that you wouldn't normally like see in a movie, like people driving just like the back of their heads. And you're like, yeah, you feel like you're with them. I like that it was an ode to Hollywood and movies and even LA.
There was something about, I mean, the driving scenes with Brad Pitt take forever, but like when he's driving, after he drops the Filio and he's driving back to his trailer in Panorama City.
Yeah.
That is just such a long sequence. You know, there was part of me that was just kind of like, I'm willing to just go along for this driving.
We're here in the car, just driving.
He's going across the lines, cutting, and I was like, all right, I'm down.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, it was cool. It was... I guess I could have just used a little bit more to it, but I definitely did like how it ended. How he doesn't care about history. I'm like, cool.
Yeah, there was a bit when Brad Pitt's driving, and he's got he picks up the Manson girl, the hitchhiker.
Yeah.
And they're having some stretches of conversation where he is not paying attention at all to the road.
Oh my God, I know. I always hate that. It stresses me out in movies.
Yes.
Like, what are you doing? If this really happened, you would have already gotten in a wreck.
Because I cannot think of any time where I am like taking my eyes off the road for that extended amount of time.
No.
And so anytime it happens, I'm always like, no,
it's
I don't
not
buy
realistic.
This. What's going on with you two?
I know the people in the chat are big fans of Brad Pitt, like Yash Srivastava. So cool. People are talking about Ocean's 8. You know, I'm just glad that this movie opened my eyes to the fact that like Brad Pitt's not too bad.
Like when he took his shirt off on that roof.
I was like, good for him. I don't know how old he is, but good for him.
50 plus.
That's amazing.
He looked fantastic.
Yeah.
What did you think of the fight scene with him and Bruce Lee?
That was cool.
Oh, it was just cool.
Yeah.
Got it.
One of the highlights for me was, what's her name? Was it Sandy? Shoot.
Sharon Tate?
No. The dog.
Oh, Brandy.
Brandy. I mean, such a great dog actor.
Look at
that was really cool. Yeah.
Coming in at number 4, Spider-Man: Far From Home with another $7.75 million, and then rounding out our top 5, Toy Story 4 from Disney, another $7.1 million.
Still
Toy Story
there.
holding on strong, yeah, absolutely. Week
Good.
7, and it's still going strong.
Wow.
Look at it go.
Yay.
So, folks, I did mention the box office bet. We did ours last week on the great film Hobbs and Shaw, the great cinema classic.
Your top 5.
That's right.
Ever.
My top 5. But we get another opportunity to do another box office bet. So, folks in the chat, start placing your votes for one of these following films for this week's box office bet. We've got The Art of Racing in the Rain from Fox on 2,800 screens. Dora and the Lost City of Gold from Paramount on 3,500 screens. The Kitchen from Warner Brothers at 2,700. And Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark from Lionsgate on 3,000. So one of those 4 films will be the one that we do the box office bet on, based on your votes in the chat. So start voting away.
See what I mean, though? The 4 pretty good movies. Some maybe better than others. Some are making some people more excited than others.
But I like how you're very impartial about that so as not to influence the chat room.
Don't know.
Nicely
but that's
played.
4. That's 4. How are we supposed to watch all of these so quickly? It's a little bit stressful. I'm fine.
But you watched 3 in a weekend.
I know, but I can't watch more than 3.
Well, you could. You just don't want to pay for an extra
I
one.
already pay enough every month, even if I don't watch any movies, which is never the case. I always watch at least just 1 or 2.
Well, then you know what you do is then go see Hobbs and Shaw on Tuesday when you only have to pay $5, and then you can go see 3 of these new ones.
I'm busy Tuesday.
No, you're not.
I am, actually. I can show you my calendar.
Okay.
Pinky swear, I'm busy.
There you go. Pull up, show to the chat.
Okay.
All right. Everybody wants to see.
Right here, Tuesday. 3 things.
Oh, fantastic. That's great.
Told ya.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. I got put in my place there. So quickly, folks, international numbers here. Of course, Hobbs and Shaw got off the starting block with an estimated $120 million at the international box office. When including domestic, the global total through Sunday is $180.8 million across 63 offshore markets. So look at that. And that ended up being number 1 in 52 of those markets.
Wow.
The start is the 3rd best in the Fast and Furious franchise. And it is 1% ahead of Fast and Furious 6 and 43% below each of the last 2 films, which came out in April when there isn't as much competition in the box office. So you can people are hungry for something new because you have those kind of dry spells during February and March. You're like, yes, please, something.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is about 22% above last year's Mission Impossible Fallout. And as a spin-off, it wasn't expected to play like a Fast and Furious title, so it doesn't have necessarily the same draw. And the multicultural cast is fronted by Vin Diesel and the rest of the crew. So it did still pretty well there. So look at that.
So again, you're telling people to run to the theaters to go and watch it.
Yeah, you can take a slow walk, and if you get distracted along the way and do some other stuff, that's fine. If you eventually make your way to the theater, then all right.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. There you go. So, folks, usually we kind of do like a little box office rewind.
Mm-hmm. You want me to do it?
Why
But
not?
if we're not...
There you go. I just wanted to hear the sound effect.
Oh.
About somebody that's going to be one of these upcoming films. But I thought we'd do something a little different here. We, of course, have The Kitchen, starring Melissa McCarthy.
Elizabeth Moss.
Yes. And Tiffany Haddish.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Based on a Vertigo comic from DC Comics. So I thought we would try a...
By the way, little side thing in there, I don't think they're marketing it as a DC comic at all.
No, that's
because I don't know anybody except for people that know DC that knew that.
This is why you guys watch this show, so you get scoops like that.
Yeah, hot scoops.
Hot
There we go.
scoops.
That was it. So I thought we would do something a little different here. Usually I'm sort of doing a top 5, play a new game.
Oh.
And this game is called Did This Film Do Better Than Hulk? And by Hulk, I mean the Eric Bana film from 2003 from Universal. So just for your edification here, the Hulk movie that's starring Eric Bana, directed by Ang Lee. It came out in 2003. 2 kind of mixed reviews. Yeah, it wasn't a great film.
Most definitely not.
No. But Hulk, when it came out there, it did a whopping, and I got to find it here on this list, and I just had
Drum roll.
Drum roll, please.
Sound like Chewbacca. Oh, I guess that's better.
That's right. It did $66 million when it opened. 66. So I'm going to give you a couple films here, and you're going to have to decide, did that film open up higher or lower than the Hulk?
Should I buzz in?
Oh, no, well, you can. I'll let Bree, would you like to play as well?
Sure.
We'll see who's right here.
Okay. Do we say a buzzword like bing or something so that you know?
All right, or you both can answer, and I'll let you know who wins here.
Oh,
so
that's cool.
There we go. $66 million for the Hulk. It's opening weekend there back in 2003. Now, when... excuse me, $62 million.
62.
I lied. I was a liar. $62 million.
Okay, that changes everything.
That changes everything, yes. So, now, when the first X-Men film opened up, starring, of course, Hugh Jackman, Famke Janssen, all that stuff, did that film do better or worse than Hulk on its opening weekend?
Better.
Better? Oh, we got 2 betters going in on this. Oh, well, all right. Yes, you are correct. That both did $85 million on that one. Look at that.
We're already on the right track.
We're already on the right track. All right. How about this? We've got Amazing Spider-Man, starring Andrew Garfield. Spider-Man, a beloved franchise. It was a switch up, though, from Tobey Maguire. It was a new kind of reboot after Spider-Man 3. People were tired of it, getting excited about somebody new coming in, a new take on the Spider-Man franchise. Did it do better or worse than the Hulk on its opening weekend?
I feel like you just set it up really intensely to try to throw us off.
Yeah.
So I'm going to still go with better.
Better. Interesting. It did worse.
No.
By just a mere like $120 million. $120,000.
I was like, wow.
$120 million.
How?
By a mere $120 million. $120,000. It did worse than the Hulk.
Dang.
All right.
Okay.
And
yeah,
we'll do one more, round it out in rules of 3 here.
Ooh, okay.
Shazam. We're excited about this. Zach Levi, look at this. Kind of like an upbeat take in the DC universe. Did it do better or worse
I'm
than
scanning
Hulk?
my files in my
Scan
brain.
your files.
Because this was not too long ago.
No, it was just a few months ago, back in March.
Oh.
Actually, April 5th.
Yeah, I want to kind of go
4 months
with
ago.
worse or exactly the same.
You are correct. It did do worse. It did $53.5 million.
Hey, girl,
I
we
feel like that
tied.
was like a Tadok for us winning, but like sad that it did worse than Hulk. So I played both.
So there you go. That we're going to close the books there on did it do better than the Hulk?
So what did we get? We both tied.
There you go. Well, you'll just get my respect and admiration.
That's crap.
Well, that's true. I'm a garbage person, so it doesn't really matter much at all. Oh. All right, folks. So, of course, we're going to do our box office bet shortly on the film that you are voting on in the chat. And again, that is The Art of Racing in the Rain, Dora and the Lost City of Gold, The Kitchen, or Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. But before we get to that, we're going to do what we think next week's top five is going to look like. So we're adding those 4 films into the mix.
I'm asking everyone. Again, final votes, please, in the chat.
Do you see any of those taking over from Hobbs and Shaw?
Wait, hold on. Math. 60, 30. 30 if it drops 50%.
Correct.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know how much I can count on the This Is Us audience. Do you think that they're going to just say Milo and go like, we drop everything, family. We are going to see The Art of Racing in the Rain because we've got to support my hunky boy, Milo.
It's that. It is a family film. Kids, for the most part, are still out from school. They'll go back soon. And it's a dog film.
Yeah, but...
I know. We've had like 12 of those.
True. Now, just imagine you're a kid. Say you're like 8,
Easy.
9 years old. And mom or dad are coming by and saying, hey, we're going to go to the movies. Cool. That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to go see The Art of Racing in the Rain. How excited are you to go see that film?
Well, I'm thinking of like the competition right now, and I feel like everyone would have already seen Toy Story 4. It's been out, like you said, 7 weeks. Far From Home as well. Lion King still. So it's either Dora or dogs. Do you like that alliteration?
Dora or dogs? Taking number 1?
No. Meaning that like kids would go and see that.
Got it.
And I feel like kids don't have that much of a personal attachment to Dora. Maybe because
wasn't Dora like huge?
She was huge.
She was, but like, is that audience has gotten older? So it's like, would they want to go see Dora? Do you know what I mean?
I mean, she still is on. They've kind of updated her look there, where she's a little older in the cartoon. So can segue into what the live action film is doing. But I don't know. I mean, she is still around if you go to the store or like a Target or a Walmart.
Yeah?
You're still seeing some Dora merchandise. But I do feel like it's a little bit past the time when she was super hot in the zeitgeist.
Well, and the thing is that like, does it not necessarily age well? But like, with Mr. Rogers, you could have seen Mr. Rogers as a kid, but that's still cool to go and see the movie in November.
Yes.
Will this age well? I don't know. I don't know. But speaking, I mean, if we're just doing it based off of theater count, Dora does have 3,500, which is the most out of all the other films opening this weekend. So, why not? I'm going to say Dora first.
Really? Okay.
Why not? 3,500.
I'm telling you, professional reputation on the line. Go ahead.
And then, then the Hobbs and Shaw. Hobbs and Shaw.
Then the Hobbs and Shaw.
Then The Art of Racing in the Rain.
So
The Kitchen. Yeah. I feel like all of them are just, you don't know with these at all. You know what? I'll do The Kitchen third, The Art of Racing in the Rain fourth. And then The Lion King. That's not right at all.
Oh, okay.
I would need to I need a whole whiteboard to figure this out. We have one over there. But
just hop over there and start doing do your calculations.
It's like beautiful mind.
Yep.
Well, what do you think? Maybe I'll just copy you.
I'm going to say Hobbs and Shaw.
Interesting.
I'll say Hobbs and Shaw. Ooh. You know what? I'm going to go with Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark is number 2.
See?
I think people will be interested in having a little scare right now.
We don't have any other scary ones.
Yeah,
That's
so
true.
Hobbs and Shaw, Scary Stories. I'll go Dora next, and then actually no, I'm gonna go Hobbs and Shaw, Scary Stories, Lion King, Dora, and do I go to the kitchen?
Go to the kitchen.
No, I'm gonna do Once Upon a Time and then the kitchen. So Once Upon a Time.
So 6. So kitchen doesn't even break the top 5.
I'm gonna go with that. Yep. I don't know. It's not sucking me in. I mean, not that I am a
Target
great
demo.
But I mean, it is based on the Vertigo series.
Yeah.
They're not, as Brie was saying, they're not really marketing that part of it up. So I don't know if people are going to be, if they really like Elizabeth Moss, the Handmaid's Tales fans, when I go see her in something else.
I love her. But Tiffany Haddish, hello.
A little of her goes a
people
long
love
way
her.
with me.
Melissa McCarthy, it's again, I feel like it's an interesting combination of the 3 ladies together.
I don't know. I feel like, I mean, this seems like a little different from Melissa McCarthy, which kind of would make me interested in it.
Yeah.
We'll see what Tiffany Haddish, what she does in it. I feel like when you get Tiffany Haddish in the film, you're just getting Tiffany Haddish. Much like the Billy Eichner effect is Timon. I'm seeing Tiffany Haddish.
I saw her in something and I cannot remember. But I remember
Clearly she did well.
thinking that like she was completely different in that.
Well, clearly made an impression on you.
For sure.
Yeah,
It might
absolutely.
have just been a preview, honestly.
All right. So,
I have hope. I think she's fantastic. So
okay. So, folks, we're going to do our box office bet now
yeah.
on the film that you have chosen in the chat.
I was looking through it, and it looks like we have, last I checked, 4 votes for the kitchen, and Star Drew said there was 2 for Dora. So the kitchen, I guess, won.
All right, the kitchen.
Oh God.
Oh, now Amy really lets it go.
Yeah.
I was worrying about racing in the rain, but
Really?
I was like, do I really want to see this movie? No, but the kitchen. All right, I'll go check it out.
Yeah. Kitchen
All right.
5. Okay.
So kitchen, of course, we've got Melissa McCarthy, Elizabeth Moss, Tiffany Haddish, from Lionsgate here. Yes, on so many screens, 2,700 of them to be exact. I'm already thinking, boy, if I was...
What number are you thinking?
Yeah, let me tell you exact number.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, certainly, if I was already going low with...
I mean, you were.
I was going low.
Okay, whatevs.
Whatevs, dude.
It's fine. Well, okay.
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 So, you give your number already
Yeah,
in?
I'm ready.
Holy cow. I'm going to
ready.
go...
Number comes to me, I use that number.
Ooh.
Sensing hesitation. Are you
I'm gonna
worried?
I'm going to go this way. I have a number. Bree, do you have a number?
Yes.
All right. Bree, kick us off.
I'm going to go with 13.2.
Okay. That's a great number.
That's fantastic. I'm going with 13.
I went with 13 too.
Guys!
My point 2 might kill me.
Yeah, or it might save you.
Who knows? We'll have to find out next week.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Should have just gone 13.1. I should have learned from Bree. You got to go with those points. Those points are the could be the difference maker. All right, this is going to be an exciting box office bet next week.
This is great. Have we ever had it like this?
Not so tight. Boy,
No?
there's a very little room for error on this. So, yeah, folks, that's going to do it for this part of the show. We'll have a couple minutes left where we'll do a couple thoughts about Hobbs and Shaw. I'll let something out. Might be cranky about this something in a moment. But, folks, thanks for joining us here so far. And as always, like us on Facebook. Give us those 5 stars on iTunes. Give us subscribe to the YouTube channel. Give us a thumbs up. Or 2 or 3 or 4.
Had to fully commit.
Yeah, had to commit.
Just...
Commit. But if you're watching after we stream live, make sure you comment down below, right, Amy?
Yeah, for sure.
Right down there? There you go. And if you want to stay in touch with any of us, even after the show's over, Bree, where can they find you?
You guys can find me at Bree, BRI_Phipps, PHIPPS.
And you guys can find me on all social media at Amy Cassandra MTZ and on Geek Bump. Follow us. We do stuff. It's cool. Awesome. Oh my God, I forgot it.
Did not nail that.
It's fine. It's okay. I don't deserve to do it now.
Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at HappyGoJackie. Folks, that's going to do it for this non-spoiler section of Box Office Breakdown. We've got 1 minute and 22 seconds. It gets spoiler-filled. We're going to do it.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Go! Oh my gosh!
There
go!
you go. Oh, go! We don't have time
I'm
to wait.
so ready.
So there's a
Because I
sequence.
have one too.
Oh, you have a spoiler. Okay.
Well, I can
super hot.
talk. Yeah,
no,
go.
super hot spoiler take. So we see Hobbs and Shaw. You saw, even if you've seen the trailers, you see where they're going to fight Idris Elba there at the end.
Yeah.
And they're all in their Samoan gear because he goes to Samoa to get his family to help.
Oh, they
And
showed that
he's-
in the trailer.
Yes, and he's got his shirt off, and he's kind of in his Samoan tribal gear and stuff.
Yeah.
So they do this whole fight sequence, and then it gets into the other bits of the trailer where he is on the tow truck, and they're trying to lasso the helicopter, and they're driving down, and they're kind of dragging all these cars around with him. Those scenes play pretty much right next to each other. But what I love is that he's running around without a shirt on. He's just got like a little skirt on Samoan, little tribal uniform on. And then when all of a sudden things start going down and the helicopter's about taking off, he's like, "Oh wait, all right, Shaw, you get into the tow truck. I'll hop behind you." He whips off this and he's got a pair of shorts underneath, he actually has pants. He has pants, and then he takes a shirt. He has no shirt, but then he puts a shirt on. So he took time out of this to get I got to get into pants, and I've got to put on a t-shirt.
I mean, what do you expect? He needs to be careful. It's not like Die Hard where he can just walk around barefoot.
He's been running around fighting with things exploding, people throwing stuff all around him, and he's fine. But all of a sudden he's going to get on a tow truck and he's going to take time to put on pants and a shirt.
Tow trucks change everything.
Oh, brother.
You have to change. Yeah.
All right, what's your hot take?
Super quickly, I saw The Farewell. It's definitely, you go in thinking oh my gosh, I'm going to bawl my eyes out. I did cry just a little bit, but it's more inspirational than anything, and it doesn't end the way that you think it would. I'm not going to give that away. You should definitely see it. Awkwafina is fantastic. A lot of people are like, it's Awkwafina, who cares? No, she really brings it, and I think anyone can relate to it, but it is an indie film, and it is directed by Lulu Wang, and I think we should definitely support minorities. Yeah, and also there are subtitles. Our theater, at the very bottom, they were cut off just a little bit. But it was not their fault. It was certain stuff, whatever. You can still read them. No big deal. It's a lot of fun. Lots of laughing. Lots of awkward moments. But it's great. Go watch it.
Sounds like a film I will never see.
You should see it. I
don't
think
think I
everyone
will.
should see it. Seriously. If I was you can, then I would say that. But, I think everyone should see it.
Well, tell me the ending right now. If I like it, I'll go
I'm
see
not
it.
going to tell you the ending.
Just tell me the ending.
So stuff goes down, and then something else happens, and
Okay.
Awkwafina's there.
Great. Thanks.
Cool.
Thanks
You're
for that
welcome.
specificity. I loved it.
You're welcome.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for this episode of Box Office Breakdown. We'll see you back here next Sunday. Go see some movies, but not enough to make sure that Brie wins. Just see just a little less. Bring it down closer to 13 million for that kitchen.
Thank you.
All right, folks, have a good one.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.